Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So there are a ton of products launching. I feel like there are just new products launching every day. I don't know what's going on in 2018, but it's like these companies have just kicked it into overdrive. And you can see some companies kind of falling by the wayside, I think buckling underneath the pressure to crank out new products every month. You have things happening like Tarte repackaging their hybrid gel foundation into the Shape Tape Hydration formula. You see people like Urban Decay that have gotten people now that are ripping off the sticker of the Velvetizer, and underneath you see the Naked Skin powder. You see ColourPop now just slap a sticker on the outside of a palette and repurpose it with a brand new palette. And I think that we're seeing and hearing a lot of these things because a lot of industries out there right now are feeling the pressure to crank out new product every month. So as new products launch, I know we can kind of get lost in the weeds a little bit, and it can be a little overwhelming to know what you can buy, what's good, what's not. So I'm gonna take a video or two and just kind of break down some of the newer things that have come out. And this video is going to be dedicated to some newer things that have come out that I've personally tried that I actually like a lot, that are more affordable. And if that's something that you guys are interested in watching, then you're in the right place. We're about to get into it.
I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
So, cranking out new products every month. I guess the pressure is real, and I thought that we would take a peek underneath my Urban Decay Velvetizer and see if this one happens to be one of the ones that is marked as a repurposed container. So I figured I would do that with you guys, and we'll find out together if that's the case with this particular container or not. Now I will say that I looked at the ingredients for both of these, and I know that Urban Decay is stating in their PR that these are totally different formulas, that one includes pigment and one does not. You guys, look at the ingredients side by side of both of these formulas. They literally are identical. The first 8 ingredients are not only just the same exact ingredients, but they're actually in the same order, which means the same amount is in there. Now there is one exception, and that is mica. In the Velvetizer, it looks like the mica has been replaced with another property, and mica is pigment. So it looks like this is the Naked Skin powder, except it's just the translucent version of it, and it's not one that has pigment. So I mean, they're repurposing a product, but I don't know. I mean, they pushed this out, number one, specifically as a mixing medium. So they tried to say that this was a brand new product that we specially designed with a special formula that's specifically to mix in and make your foundations work like velvet. It was like this whole big thing, and then you pull back the curtain and you see that that's really not the case. You took your Naked Skin setting powder and took out the pigment and made the Velvetizer. Like, I don't understand, guys. And I honestly think that a lot of this is coming from the pressure to have new product and to constantly be cranking out new product. And this is an old one. I got this when this first came out, so I don't know if this is gonna be, oh, and it is. Oh wow, it really does just say that right on there. So I don't even know if you guys are gonna be able to see it or not. Naked Skin Urban Decay Ultra Definition Loose Finishing Powder. Wow. So yeah, there it is. That's crazy, you guys. In their statement, they said that these were two very different, completely different formulas, and I disagree with that. They are incredibly similar formulas, with the exception of pigment. So I don't know why, even in their response to the uproar over this, they weren't honest. And I think that's what bothers me the most about these companies is the purposeful deceit when it comes to us as consumers finding out some dirty little secret that they have. And the only reason, again, that I feel like these little dirty secrets are coming to light is because there is such a pressure right now to constantly crank out new product and to make sure that you're leading the industry. And as a result, as consumers, oftentimes we can get very overwhelmed and lost in all the new releases that are out there. So we're going to try and kind of wade through some affordable products that have recently come out. And I have a few to show you because I know you guys are leaning more and more on review channels to help you guys make sense of a lot of these launches. So I have some new ones and we're going to go over these. I just picked out ones that I actually like, and I've focused in this video, I've decided to focus on just products that have launched recently that I actually like. If you guys want to see a video of products that have launched recently that I absolutely hate, I'll be happy to do that for you as well. But these are just some of the ones that have launched recently that I actually like that are on the more affordable side. So for those of you guys that don't know, Makeup Revolution has recently undergone kind of like an upgrade, and they have a line out now that's called Revolution Pro. And the product that really launched this line into the forefront was the Revolution Conceal and Define concealers. These little suckers that started elbowing Tarte Shape Tape out of the spotlight a little bit and getting some attention of their own, well-deserved attention, I might add. These are actually part of the Revolution Pro line. So I decided to explore this line just a little bit because it is a very affordable line, and they do have some pretty interesting things that if the quality is good, I wanted to check them out. And there were quite a few surprises. So one of the first surprises for me are these, and these are their color correcting cushion sticks. Now these little suckers pack a punch. Not only is the formula inside of these fantastic, it's a solid stick version of this concealer formula, except this solid stick version of it has pigment in it. So I have the peach and I also got the lightning version. So the peach version, and I'll show you guys up close what they look like. They have like this little cushion on the end that's actually quite comfortable, and in the lid of the applicator is where the actual product is. So as you put the cushion into the lid, you're actually applying the product onto the tip of the cushion. And then you use the cushion to simply tap areas of concern. So with the peach, this I've used as a color corrector. And because it's the same formula as the concealer, it is an amazing color corrector for dark circles. I have loved the peach corrector for that purpose. And because the formula is so great, this actually has ended up being an amazing corrector. Now the light formula is a little different. This is just kind of like a brightening agent. So this is going to be a very, very pale color. And you're going to put this like down the bridge of the nose, the center of the forehead, anywhere that you want to brighten. And it is beautiful. It blends out beautifully. It really does a great job at brightening any areas on the face that you want to pull forward. And the best part about these is that they're $7 a piece. And this lid is packed full of product. So as your cushion, it's spring loaded. So as your product wears down, your cushion will be able to follow that product all the way down until it reaches the end. Not only are these an amazing formula, but I think it's a very innovative idea. And I think that this was a win from the Revolution Pro line. And again, they're $7 each and they're great products. Next, by Makeup Revolution, the Revolution Pro line is their Nudes collection. And you guys, these are fantastic. So what the Nudes collection is it's a collection of nude colors by Revolution Pro, and it has 12 items in the Nudes collection. 4 metallics, 4 mattes, and 4 glosses. And they're all these gorgeous nude colors. Now the ones that I chose were Bare All and Stripped. Now Stripped is a matte formula and Bare All is a nude gloss formula because I wanted to kind of sample one from each piece of the collection. Now these are $5 each. They're just $5 each. And this matte is one of the most comfortable matte liquid lipsticks that I have ever used. It's right up there with Smashbox and Dose of Colors, except these nudes are such a beautiful tone. If you like a good nude lip, you will love the Nudes collection from Revolution Pro. Now, as far as the gloss is concerned, same story. If you like a nice nude gloss, you will love this formulation. It's not sticky. It's not one of those where your hair is always getting stuck in it and you're constantly pulling it out, or it causes your lips to stick together. It is a beautiful gloss that covers all of your fine lines and wrinkles on your lips and makes them look nice and smooth and plump and beautiful. And again, the tones of this collection are gorgeous. They have soft browns, mauves, chocolate colors, peachy nudes, soft rosy nudes, light kind of golden hues. You guys should check out the Naked Lip collection from Revolution Pro. This collection is beautiful, and I definitely intend on getting a couple of more pieces out of this collection, especially at $5 a piece. The next item from the Revolution Pro line that I want to talk to you guys about is actually on my eyebrows tonight. And this is their eyebrow cushion by Revolution Pro. Now, the eyebrow cushion is not a new concept. They all have these lovely, luxurious cushions that actually hold like an eyebrow product. And that is what Revolution Pro has done. So you open it very similar to like a cushion compact would, and you open the little door here and you have this sponge that has eyebrow product on it. Now this reminds me a lot of the consistency of like the Wonder Brow. And I will say this much, the staying power of this product reminds me a lot of the Wonder Brow. Once it's on, it's not going anywhere. I love this product because of that, because of the staying power. I also love the fact that it's in this little cushion. I think that that is fantastic, and you just take any kind of angled slanted brush and you tap it there in the cushion, and then you just go in and fill in any sparse places in the brow, and then you just take a spoolie and whip through it. And this little sucker, unlike its competitors that go for $30, $40, $50, I've even seen these high as $80 for a brow cushion, this is $7, and it works amazing. It's like Wonder Brow in a little sponge, and it performs just as great on the brow. It lasts a super long time. I think it's, again, a great innovative product to put out there to the consumers and mark it down to $7 and have it available to everybody. I think this is another example of Makeup Revolution, specifically the Revolution Pro line, really doing a great job at being in touch with the consumers and what we feel like would be a product that would be beneficial to us. For $7, you can't beat this. The next product that I want to talk to you guys about by the Revolution Pro line, if you are a fan of the Bye Bye Under Eye by IT Cosmetics, Revolution Pro has come up with almost an identical dupe. Now, the Bye Bye Under Eye really exploded in popularity, not only because it's very nourishing for the under eye area and it was full of really good for you ingredients and it did a great job at brightening the under eye, but because it's such a highly concentrated pigment concealer. So it's like a full coverage concealer, and the public really responded to that. So if you like a really jam-packed full of pigment concealer, then you're really gonna like the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Concealer. This is exactly like the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, except the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye is $24. This is $8. Now, this is actually, in my opinion, it's not as thick as the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye is. It is thicker than their regular concealer that we compare to Tarte Shape Tape. It is a little thicker than that because this is a transfer-proof, waterproof, full pigment concealer. So it is going to be a thicker emolliency, but it's not as thick as the IT Cosmetics formula. So this formula claims that it's ultra pigmented. It also comes in 18 shades. I think the Bye Bye Under Eye has like 4. They may only have 3. No, because I think they do have light medium. 4 or 5 with IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. This has 18 different shades, you guys. So there is so many different shades to choose from with the Full Cover Camouflage Concealer by Revolution Pro. So not only is it $8, it's ultra pigmented. It has 18 shades. They claim it is a full cover camouflage concealer that creates lasting maximum coverage for all skin tones. And then it also says that you can use it to conceal blemishes, scars, birthmarks, veins, temporarily disguise any tattoo, that it's non-transferable, it's long wearing, and then of course you can set it with a powder for an even ultra long lasting appearance. Now I will say that this is much more emollient than their other concealers. So this is you're going to see this creasing a little bit more, similar to the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. But if you set it, then that issue is eliminated, and this gives you like an extreme amount of coverage. But the difference is it's only $8, and it's an amazing product, and it has a great formula. Alright guys, and then the last product by the Revolution Pro line that I want to talk to you guys about today is actually a palette. Now the Revolution Pro line has come out with a Trends line of palettes, and this one is called the Mischief Mattes, and of course it's mattes, so I was all over it. But this, guys, is such a colorful palette. So this is the Revolution Pro Regeneration Mischief Mattes palette, and you guys, it's $12. That's right, $12. And look at the colors that are in this palette. They are stunning. Now I was really excited about this because I have some Makeup Revolution palettes and I really love the formula. So with the Revolution Pro line, I hadn't tried any of theirs and I was a little nervous, but after having it for about a week and playing with a lot of these colors, the formula is stunning. You guys, for $12, look at the color that's in this palette. I'll show you guys how they swatched a little bit in this video right here. So again, this is the Revolution Pro Regeneration palette in Mischief Mattes. There are several different palettes in this collection. There's Mischief Mattes, there's Mischief Maker. They have a couple of different ones, but this one has all primary shades, and it's, you know, a palette that you should use to inspire some editorial looks, some creativity. It is the same really silky, very easily blendable matte formula that Makeup Revolution is known for. There are 18 very richly pigmented eyeshadows in here to fuel your creative juices. I think that you guys will definitely not be disappointed by this palette. I love the fact that it has so many primary colors in here. It's a great little addition to your collection if you always want to have like a bright palette sitting somewhere so that you can reach for those bright accents when you want, or do a whole eye full of these bright colors. But for $12, the formula is solid, the color layout is solid, and this is a solid palette, and you just can't beat it for 12 bucks. All right, so let's get off the Revolution Pro train for just a little bit and hop on a drugstore train. So I will say that Revlon has been kind of disappointing when it comes to mascara in the drugstore. Well, this new Volumazing mascara by Revlon is actually pretty freaking phenomenal. And for me, I think it's really about the brush. The brush in this is fantastic. It really gets in there and coats every individual eyelash. Not only is it great for volume, but it does a good job at lengthening your lashes and separation as well. It doesn't transfer. It doesn't make a big flaky mess on your eyes. And for me, this is like the first really wow mascara by Revlon that I've been really wowed by. So if you guys haven't tried the Volumazing by Revlon, definitely recommend that you get your hands on this one. Now, I don't know what the story is with this Volumazing mascara by Revlon. I don't know if the CVS down the road for me put this out before they were supposed to, but I haven't been able to find anything on this mascara anywhere. So I think this might be a launch coming soon, or I'm not sure, but this is new from Revlon and it's fantastic. So keep your eyes out for this, guys, and if you see it, snatch it up. Next is a product by RK by Kiss. Now, the Kiss makeup collection has popped up in drugstores all over the country, and I really have been a little let down by the majority of the products on their kiosks in CVS and Walgreens. I've tried a lot of the products by Kiss and their new makeup line. One of the things that was a absolute home run for me, and I think I've just about gone through the whole collection at this point, and this is really the only thing in my opinion that's good, but this is really good, and this is their eye primer. So this is an eye base for your eyeshadow, and you guys, this does a great job at holding your eyeshadow in place throughout the entire course of the day. It also does a really good job at kind of firming up your eyelids and giving your eyelids a really smooth canvas to work on. I really like this eye primer. It does a fantastic job as well at putting here for your shimmer to go on, and it keeps your shimmer from transferring up here onto the upper portion of your eyelid or up here into your crease. It keeps your shimmers actually on your eyelid, kind of like the NYX pigment glue does. So this, or the NYX pigment primer, does a really good job at holding shimmer shadows to the lid. This is very similar, except it's a drugstore product and it's by Kiss, and it's kind of a cute little package as well. But this is yeah, this is the only thing really by that whole collection that I think is like stunning. This is actually really good. All right, so next let's talk about e.l.f. If you guys have not tried the Alissa Ashley gloss with her collab that she has with e.l.f., you guys, this gloss is everything. I think there's a reason why when this first came out, it sold out like immediately. They've recently re-released it, and I think everybody should grab a tube of it. The shade is stunning. It's this nude rose color that just looks gorgeous on all skin tones, all skin types. It is just a beautiful formula, a beautiful color. It's just a beautiful gloss. And for e.l.f. and for it to be very budget friendly at $6, I definitely think it's worth the $6. They have this in stock now online at the e.l.f. website, and it's definitely worth the order. while you guys are there, definitely check out the new Chromatic eyeshadow palettes that e.l.f. has. Now, e.l.f. has the Chromatic eyeshadow palette in 2 different shades. They have one shade that's more of like greens and blues, and then they have one, which is this one, that's more of like the warmer tones. So you have one that's more cool and one that has more warmer tones in it. And of course, you guys know I'm gonna go for the more warmer tones. Now, one thing I love about this is that it has a nice giant mirror in the palette, which I think is absolutely fantastic. It also has a crease and a shader dual-ended brush down here in the palette itself, which is really not a bad brush at all. So the actual pans here are different finishes that range from mattes all the way to metals. They are very luxe feeling eyeshadows. They're incredibly pigment rich formula. It blends really, really well on the eye. I love the formula. I love the color layout. I think I love these better than I like the Mad for Mattes and the thinner eyeshadow palettes that they have. I think these are 10 times better from a formula perspective, from an application perspective, from a color layout perspective, and the choices that they give you in each individual pan as far as mattes versus metallics versus like shimmer colors. You get mostly mattes, and then you have some like one shimmer, and then you have like one really strong metallic at 2 really strong metallics. But it's a very workable, beautiful, beautiful palette. Now this is also enriched with a lot of vitamin E and jojoba oil, which might explain why the palette itself and the formula itself is so creamy and so soft and so pigmented, and it looks beautiful on the eye. It's very, very long lasting, which I found the thinner like Mad for Mattes palettes were not. I found for me halfway through the day those little thinner palettes were gone, but I didn't really complain because it is what it is. You get what you pay for. This, on the other hand, lasts all day long. It's a very richly pigmented palette, and it's only $12. And it has a mirror and a brush. If you are at the e.l.f. site, definitely pick up one of these. You can get, again, either get the Birds of Paradise one, which is this one, or you can get the blue greeny palette, which is called the Posh Peacock, and this one, again, is called the Birds of Paradise. And again, this is $12, guys, and it's a really good quality palette with a brush and a mirror. Next, I want to talk to you guys about a highlighter palette from Bad Habit Beauty. Now, this highlighting palette is $12, and in my humble opinion, this stacks up to any Anastasia highlighter palette or any of the other highlighter palettes out there that are triple that amount, and I think it's gorgeous. So this is the Oasis highlighter kit from Bad Habit Beauty. Again, this is only $12. This is the Oasis one. They have another one that's called Paradise. Paradise is for very, very fair skin tones, and then Oasis is for more medium to darker skin tones. Now, each one of these highlighting palettes obviously comes with a mirror, but it also comes with a creamy base highlight, which is a cream that is meant to go down first as like a base for your highlight, or you could use it alone just for a very nice subtle highlight. And then it has 3 highlights that go on top of that, or that work in conjunction with that creamy highlight. And these 3 highlighters are stunning. They are so soft and so creamy, and they look so beautiful on the skin. It really is amazing, guys. For $12 to get such a high quality palette, Bad Habit continues to amaze me. And for example, this cream color here, the base, this is formulated with shea butter, and it also has property in here that smooths out pores. One of my biggest issues when I apply highlight is that it'll accentuate any large pores that I have on the tops of my cheeks, and it will accentuate any fine lines and wrinkles or any texture that I have going on up here. And this base is almost like a smoothing primer that goes down first, and then you put the color on top of that. and it looks stunning. And it's all for $12. And again, it's got good for you ingredients infused into the formula, and they did it all at a very reasonable price. So I definitely suggest that you guys check out the highlighting kits from Bad Habit Beauty in Paradise and Oasis. They both have that smoothing base in there, and then you get 3 really large pan highlights to go with it. These are an absolute win for me, and definitely an affordable, excellent product. Alright guys, so last but not least, the new Maybelline palette called Lemonade Craze. Now, this palette is a little controversial because it's up there in price. It's actually $13.99 at the Ulta website. I pre-ordered mine, so I got mine for $12. But at the end of the day, if you buy it now at Ulta, it's basically a $14 palette by Maybelline. And is it worth it? I actually really think that it is. So not only did Maybelline do an excellent job with conception when it comes to this product, but if you guys will remember, when I talked about the new Milani palette that came out, the Milani Mattes. If you haven't, or if you don't remember me talking about the Milani Mattes palette, the new one that just came out that was $20, I'll put the link up here somewhere. But you guys, the only issue that I had with that was that it was $20 and it was by a drugstore brand. And I felt like they could get rid of a lot of that fancy packaging and drive the price down and make it more accessible, because $20 at the end of the day is too much for a drugstore palette. They had a mirror and they had all this gold inlay in between the shades. I feel like this is what Maybelline did. There isn't all of that extra nonsense that we don't need in a drugstore palette. We know it's going to be a drugstore palette. We expect it to not have a mirror. We expect it to not have gold inlay in between each individual eyeshadow. We just want a good formula. And I felt like Milani could have gotten rid of a lot of that and driven the price down on that palette, because the formula was stunning. It really was stunning. If you haven't tried the new Milani Mattes palette, it's stunning if you can afford the $20 for a drugstore palette. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have the fancy mirror. It doesn't have all of the fancy stuff. It just has a good formula, and they were able to do it for $14, which is $6 less and puts them well in the range of a drugstore palette. Granted, it's a beautiful formula, so it's going to be a little bit more than your average Joe drugstore palette, because genuinely these colors are stunning, you guys. They definitely are not the normal Maybelline eyeshadows that you're used to. These are very buttery. Their mattes are very buttery. They're very rich mattes. The duochromes in here, and yes, I said duochromes. There are duochromes in this palette that have a beautiful shift. The color Citrus has this peachy gold shift to it that's absolutely stunning. Strawberry Lemonade is a really icy metallic that's gorgeous. The mattes in here are beautiful. The pink, the yellow is stunning. Both of these browns are beautiful. This is one of my favorite transition shade colors ever. The sweet tea color, this color right here, is an amazing transition color. Overall, this is a very usable palette. The colors in here aren't colors that you would pick up and go, what am I supposed to do with this? This is a palette that you could take with you on vacation and have night looks, daytime looks, a lot of different kind of looks. It's a very versatile palette, and it's a great formula. So it's a palette of very, very wearable neutrals with bold splashes of color in there. So it's got 12 highly pigmented eyeshadow shades in here all together. They're very, very blendable. It is infused with a kind of a citrusy smell to it. but it's not overpowering. When you put it on your eyes and put your makeup away, you don't smell it. It's just the experience of actually opening the palette. You kind of get hit with this like lemonade kind of citrusy smell, kind of like the peach palette, except not nearly as strong, and it doesn't hang around. You do your eyes and then it goes away. But you guys, if you haven't tried this one, I definitely recommend it. I feel like Maybelline was very conscious about what they were doing. I feel like they really have a great balance between packaging and product, and they were able to keep that price point at the drugstore price point, which was something I think that Milani struggled with, to be honest with you. I think they struggled with it, and they wound up with a $20 drugstore palette. I think Maybelline did an excellent job on this palette, and they are to be commended. This is great. You guys should absolutely check it out. All right, guys, so that is it for some newer products that have come out on the more affordable end of things. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have tried out some newer products that are more along the affordable theme, feel free to share in the comments down below. Maybe we can help some consumers out there with some overwhelming anxiety because of all these new product launches. It really does help the community a lot if you venture your opinion on what you feel like is good, so people don't feel pressured that they have to buy everything, and they can just find out some good information on products that they're curious about. And if it's bad, they can find that out without wasting money. If it's good, they can get some reaffirmation that it is a good, solid product and feel comfortable making the purchase. So hopefully this will help you navigate all of these crazy launches coming out lately. My gosh, we are on like makeup overload. All right, guys, as always, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for coming by. Please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every time I upload videos. If you would like to support this channel, there will be a way and a link for you to do that in the credits at the end of this video. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and I hope you guys really enjoy your week.